You know what? We're a little lagged. Mexico to America timing. It's tough. You know what I mean? Speaking of, you look great. I look great. It's another day on the morning after, and we are so excited to be here with you guys. Lots to catch up on. Hank is currently looking fabulous. You got a little tan there. How's it going down in
No,
Mexico?
I don't believe in tanning at all. I have on 98 block sunblock and I wear a hat and I'd wear a shirt if I could at the beach, but I'm just too cute to wear a shirt, so I don't. But
Way
it
too
is
cute.
way too cute. I got to give the people what they want, you know. It is lovely here I'm in Mexico. I'm south of Cancun, north of Tulum.
Okay.
For those familiar with the area. And it is currently -3 in the great state of Michigan right now. So
No.
I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cold. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have a question. Do you actually believe that 98 SPF works?
I don't know if there's much of a difference between 30 and like 60. I'm typically like a 30 to 40 sprayer.
Okay.
But I do believe in using a lot of SPF because I'm like you know, you got those blonde hair and that lighter eyes. Yeah, I'm going to burn.
Yeah,
So,
no, we're destined to burn and wrinkle and freckle and all the things. But here's my question is I feel like I've read that in the past where there's a certain SPF where it just like doesn't work. But here's my big question for you. Does your sunscreen have zinc?
well, I don't know. Does it need zinc?
Yes. That's literally like the only thing it needs. It could be 10 with zinc and you'd be fine. But if you have no
What?
zinc, you're really not getting protected.
Unbelievable. Just to add it to the list of things I need to fix.
No, but you know what's great is, and Olivia Plouffe does this, it kills me. She shows up to tennis and the zinc face stuff really, I mean, there's some that are sheer, but most of them have like the white, and
Yeah.
she will show up with a full on white face, like just like completely caked on. I mean, I get it. She is trying to protect herself. But it is not what you probably want to look like at the beach with your shirt off looking all cute. You know, it's more it is definitely more for protection than looks. But
She's going to look 14 though when she's 86. Just that's
God,
what
I
you have to
know.
do. You have to
Well,
do it.
I told you, I mean, I think I mentioned this to you. Like we had the Botox person or whatever come over, and they sat her in the chair, and they're like, "Yeah, we wouldn't do anything to you." I was like,
Oh, that's never happened to me.
no, and then I sat down like, ooh, okay, we need here, 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 here. I was like, okay. Now, this was also a couple years ago, so I'm sure shit has changed now, but whatever.
Oh
It's fine.
Ah.
All right, it's a lot. We got to get into this because I need yours, and then I'm going to go to mine. What's yours?
Mine is really sappy right now. I miss my daughter on this trip. My it's a lot
Oh,
is just like the emotional heartstrings. And I think anybody who's divorced is going to lean into it because like you have those few days when you kind of divide and she's having a great time. She's in Florida. She's having fun, but I
yeah.
just miss her. And I see all these kids here. And I realized this morning there was a lovely family that happened to be from Detroit. But at one point, I was like staring at their kids and I realized I was like creepy. And I'm just staring at your kids because I miss my daughter.
Oh God. Nothing like the creepy old man staring at the kids on the beach, Hank. Oh my
Old
God.
man, a creepy old man.
I'm
Um,
sorry. You're
yeah.
not,
So
I'm
my,
sorry, older. I'll say older, not old,
yes.
older.
So
Okay.
we're having a great time. We're with Judge's family and his niece and nephew are here and it's wonderful and everything is
Yeah.
great. But I'm just like, so as I'm here last night, I'm planning her spring break that I will do with her like in later March. Because I'm like, that'll be fun. Gives me something to
Yeah.
look forward to. So I don't have it. Listen, I'm on a beach in Mexico. There's not a lot of things that are a lot. I'm
No.
okay.
Yeah. You know what? Well, real quick, I have a question. How long, like, what's the longest you've gone without Emma?
This is it right now, and
This
I'm
is it.
having a panic attack. Yes. The longest I've ever done is when I come out to see you, and it would be like 4 days in LA. And
Okay.
this will be 6 by the time I get home.
And what day are you on right now?
4.
Okay. So it's definitely hitting right now.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I kind of get it.
What's the you
I
know,
feel
it's
like
so funny. It's really funny you say that because I was kind of lamenting this to one of my neighborhood moms as I was leaving. And she goes, I'll tell you this, when I get on that plane without my kids, I don't even think about having kids. She's
Uh,
like, I forget that I even have kids. I'm like, you do? I'm like, if I don't FaceTime with her every night, I feel like I've missed something. She goes, well, you're in the minority. And I'm like, really?
I don't know if you're in the minority. I am also on her side a little bit. But
What's
I
the
don't.
longest you've gone? How many
Oh
days? What's the
gosh.
longest stretch?
Well, I mean, like when they were little, Matthew and I went to Europe for 10 days.
Yeah, but that's when
Um,
they were like little.
yeah, I mean, I would say a week. I don't,
Okay.
I honestly don't know. We do so many like little quick
Mini
things.
trips. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're normally with us for most of them. So, but I will say like I don't know. I tend to get on the plane and that's it. But I will say, like we went over this last time, I think, or last, and if not, but you know, right after the season, especially after our last month, I was like, I need some time. Like I need to
Yeah.
get away from my children. You know, during the season it's 1-on-4, and then you know the last month of the season was absolute hell, and so anyways, Matthew is wanting to spend time with the kids because he didn't get to spend time, but I'm like, I need a break. And so on day 3 in Mexico, Matthew's like, all right, time to go home. I'm so ready. And I'm like, this is not fucking long enough. It's not long
Right.
enough. Like I need way more time. But so that's a balance. So we have to figure
Yeah.
out. But no, I'm like her. I mean, we FaceTime, but I also my kids, I mean, they're busy.
Yeah.
They got shit going on. And a lot of times we're finding them on the Nest camera before they go to bed and we're like, love you guys. You know, they can't see us, but we can see them and they'll run over the Nest camera and be like, night mommy, night daddy. And that's honestly it. So, but you know, we're not divorced. And so I don't understand that dynamic. Because I think if I was having to split my time with my kids, then yeah, every moment you feel like is you want in a way
Yeah,
because you're
and I
having
think
to.
it's big. It's much. You brought up a great point. It's much bigger in my head than it is in hers. Like she's at her grandparents' house. They have a pool. They're having a great time. She's fine without the nightly FaceTime. And there are nights when I do FaceTime her where she's like, "Okay, everything's fine. I played today. I colored. I ate food. Bye." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Oh my God, she's 15.
Yeah.
She's
Anyways,
15.
let's get on to you because I don't have a lot to dig deep into that's troubling me right now. What about you?
I've said this on my podcast quite a few times, but I love a hot chocolate before bed. I don't care if it's summer, I don't care. And now I love it even more because of Beam's Dream Powder, a science-backed healthy cocoa just for sleep, guys. There is nothing like snuggling on the couch with a warm cup of cocoa in your hand. And now it's even better because it's science-backed for sleep. Other sleep aids can cause next day grogginess, but Dream contains a powerful all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, abigenin, and melatonin to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. Right now, I'm into the brownie batter flavor, but they also have vanilla chai, sea salt caramel, their original cinnamon cocoa. And again, it's 15 calories and 0 grams of sugar, so it's completely guilt-free. I'm obsessed with this. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, get up to 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/morningafter and use code morningafter at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/morningafter and use code morningafter for up to 40% off. When I was shopping for Valentine's cards, you know, it's a whole process. I don't know how, like, it takes me forever. Also, I'm buying for 5 people, and I like to get Matthew a funny one and then like a serious one, you know? There are no funny there's no funny cards anymore. There's none. I think we're so afraid to offend people that now all the funny shit's gone. I mean, I spent 2 hours in that fucking CVS going through all these cards and not one of them was funny. Not one. I was like, can I get some like naked dude or naked girl on the front or something? It's like, ooh, here's your present. You know those that we used to have? Nope.
Yeah.
Don't have those anymore. I mean, nothing.
Oh, ow.
Did you buy a Valentine's card this year?
Oh boy. So I stop with the mouth. When we had our technical anniversary in January, and for that particular day, I bought Judge a massage gift certificate.
Oh, that's nice.
So then Valentine's Day happened to fall when we were leaving to come here. And I did
Okay.
not, I said, let's just, we've got this trip. Let's just do that. Let's not worry about it. But he bought a card. He brought it down here with him, a card with these really nice chocolates and this funny candle. And I'm using the candle right now to prop up this laptop.
There you go. Very useful. Thank you, Judge. He bought you a card.
He did,
Hank.
and he wrote, and he said, "I wanted you to have something to open." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" I go, "Well, I did too, like a month ago. Remember that massage?" And he's like, "Okay."
Did you get a card with the massage, or did you just give him the massage?
No, I gave him a card. Yes,
A
yeah,
card. Okay, well, I just
yeah.
wanted, that's important.
Just
And
there's
we
a
didn't, there was no gifts involved in our Valentines. Well, the girls got a little something from dad, but like there were no gifts involved. It was just cards, but the cards were horrible. And I asked Matthew and I was like, did you have trouble? And he's like, yeah, like the cards suck. Listen, I'm ready to offend people. I need a card that offends my husband, and then we laugh about it, and then I give him the sweet one. Like I can't give two sweet ones. It's boring.
Well, I think America is right on for you.
Help me offend people. Just kidding.
We're not in the era of protecting feelings anymore.
No, we're not. We're done.
Yeah.
Okay, we also had a very interesting conversation this morning, Hank and I, because one of our friends got an opportunity to do something that is very interesting. He had the opportunity to play golf with the President of the United States. And, whatever your political beliefs might be, this is an interesting question. And I want to ask you this. No matter who the president is, doesn't matter, okay? If you are asked to go golfing with the president, and maybe maybe you preface it as like, if he's my political beliefs, yes. If he's not, no. Or maybe it's just yes. I don't know. If you are asked, do you go? Even if you don't agree politically with him.
So we're talking about Sam Martin because,
Okay.
because it's out there. It's a group
It
of
is.
Buffalo Bills players accepted. It appears to be
Yeah.
accepted an invitation. It's on TMZ right now, so it's out there.
Okay.
It looked like about a half a dozen Bills players went and golfed with the president. I'm assuming at Mar-a-Lago. No, the only thing that I thought was weird about the whole thing, I told you, is I was texting Sam yesterday. There was no mention that I'm like rounding 13 with, Trump.
President Trump.
So then I see the pictures online. I'm like, holy cow. I told you I went to Mar-a-Lago once when Trump was president, round one. I think it was like 2018. I was in Palm Beach with Sam. We were heading somewhere, and he got a phone call, an invitation to go. And he's like, I'm not sure if you want to go. I'm not prying into your political life, but if you want to go, And I said, you know what? My thought on it is there's a lot of history. There's a lot of interest in, I was like, let's go. It's not oftentimes I've been to the White House before when Barack Obama was president, but I would go to the White House if somebody else were president. I just don't know about 18 holes of golf. Like that's 4 hours of like chit chat.
Imagine the stories. Imagine.
I would imagine there's a lot. But it was fascinating.
Talk about it's a lot. Holy cow.
It was fascinating to be at Mar-a-Lago, and his entire family was there at the table next to us at the pool, including the ex-wife, Marla Maples, was there, which I thought was really interesting.
Was there like a ton of Secret Service around when that's happening?
There was. So it was what was fascinating to me is there were probably 50 people there all together in the entire club in the pool area. Took us about half an hour to get through Secret Service, and one of the Secret Service guys happened to be from Michigan, so we were like kind of chatting about that. So it did take us about a half an hour to get through. And once we were through, we were just in the club. And so we went out to the pool, and that's where one table was Ramona from Housewives, and the other table was.
Oh, that's when y'all got invited on the yacht.
Yeah, and the other table was Trump's family, and some of the people we were with knew some of them, and so I was just, my head was on a swivel. I was just taking it all in.
What a trip for you. That's incredible. No, and here's the thing. And I think, I know Travis Kelce got asked this pre-Super Bowl, like, if you win, would you go to the White House? Obviously, Taylor Swift has been very open on her views. So I think they were trying to catch him in like something. And he just said, which I thought was a great answer, like, it's an honor to be invited to the White House by the president. Like, no matter who the president is, it's the love of this, like, I don't know exactly what you said, but it's like, it's your country. Like, it's an honor no matter what, which I agree with. Like, it is, you know, whoever might be sitting in that chair, you get invited to the White House, which I don't know what happened to the Rams going to the White House. Like, I don't know. I know after they won.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not
COVID.
COVID. I don't know. That honestly I just recalled that.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah, no, they never went. Okay.
That was Biden was president.
That was Biden, yeah. But anyways, like, regardless of your political views, I feel like it's like you go because it's an honor, and it's our acting president of the United States of America, regardless who it is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, I think you can disagree with somebody about a lot of things, and you know.
100%. What did you say you were going to ask rounding hole 13?
I jokingly said, "So, bro, you coming for gay marriage, or what's going on?" But listen, I'm walking a very fine line because I'm also a journalist, and so I know when MSNBC anchors went down to Mar-a-Lago before he was sworn in, there was a lot of pushback for that because they went without cameras. They did it in a setting to kind of engage with him and talk about the next 4 years. And a lot of people pushed back on them very strongly because the idea was, you just spent 4 years telling us that this person is evil and horrible and all these things. And now you're going down there to kiss the ring, was kind of the idea. And so, I mean, I understand all sides of it. I totally get it. And I also worry in this world that we live in where, you know, there are these players who went down, and there's going to be people who say, "That's awesome. You guys are so great." And going on social media, like, we love that you spent time with the president. And then there are going to be other people that are like tearing them apart.
Yeah, they're trying to cancel him for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, I know my friend and I know his heart and I know all the things. And that's why, you know, there's certain things that with certain people, I just don't spend a lot of time worrying about. But yeah, I think to your point, like, if you're invited, I don't know. I don't. Why are you doing
going
this?
Back and forth. Okay, we'll end that conversation there. Honestly, guys, this company is amazing, and I'm talking about Rocket Money. Why? Because it's gonna save you money. Turns out we're all on subscriptions that we don't use. We're paying for all these things that we never use. Even our kids, we sign our kids up for something. Oh, 7-day free trial. Great, I'll cancel it after the 7 days. Nope, totally forgot. And ends up you're just paying for it. And it's not just me. Everyone does this, and it's okay. Or what about if you were missing out on a show and you're like, ooh, we'll get the free trial, watch so, and then delete the subscription. And we always forget. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. It also has over 5 million users that have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kelly today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kelly. rocketmoney.com/Kelly. Also, we had Valentine's Day in Vegas.
Whoa.
And it wasn't like a let's go to Vegas. My daughters had a gymnastics competition on a school day in Las Vegas.
I don't understand. What are you doing with these children? Are you following like the Nastia Lukin track of gymnastics? I thought they were just tumbling with the neighborhood kids.
No, listen, I don't know. It got scheduled. I said, we're on the team. It's a team sport. Listen, the last thing I want to do is fly to Las Vegas for a fucking gymnastics competition. I'm sorry. My kids are 6 and 7 years old who are competing. What are we doing? This is ridiculous. You would think they were in college.
And they were good.
I had to tell. They were good. I had to tell the school. I'm so sorry. We're going to miss school because we have a gymnastics competition in Las Vegas. Are you kidding me? If I'm that principal, I'm going, what in the world? And to be honest, yes, they did well. Hunter sweeped her division. She won every event and won all around.
By the way, back to the principal. I'm sure the principal has heard very strange things before.
You're right.
I'm sorry, my child can't come to school today because they're performing at the VMAs.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, it was just one of those things where I hated writing that email. But yes, Chandler did great. Sawyer won 2 events. She forgot her floor routine in the middle of it. Sweet, sweet child. She also fell off the beam. Oh, poor thing. But then she won the 2 events that she, remembered. And then Chandler won her age all around. So she got second.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Listen,
are you going full on into gymnastics now? Is that going to be the thing? You're going to be a
no,
gymnastics mom?
no. I
But
think
they're good.
yeah, but like good is relative term. Like we're not taking them out of school and homeschooling them so they can be really good. I'm sorry. We're just not doing it. I want
Yeah.
my kids to have a regular life. And I just don't know if it can be like that if, we get super competitive in this. But no, they are good. They're fun to watch. Speaking of though, which I think we talked about this last time, them putting their hands on each other. Do you
Hmm.
remember? Okay. Did I tell you like what I threatened?
No.
Okay. So this happened probably 2 weeks ago now, where Tyler was like, or Hunter and Tyler have been pissing me off. They've been fighting a lot. But they kept, Hunter took a chunk out of Tyler's arm, bit her. And I was like, what is happening? So I told them, and this is God honest truth. Like I told them, I sat them all down and I said, I'm so tired of having to tell you guys over and over again not to put your hands on each other. So here's what I'm going to tell you. The next time someone puts a hand on someone, I'm pulling you all from gymnastics.
Whoa.
And I looked at him and I go, I don't like the sport. You guys know this. I love watching you do it because you work really hard at it. And I love watching you, what you love to do. But I have no problem pulling you from that sport. So you do it again, not one of you, all of you are gone. Like all of you are done. And then we move on. And it's kind of an easy way to get them out of the sport that me, Matthew and I are not in love with. We love that they love it, but we just, I don't know. We're more like team sport people. And I know it's technically a team sport, but it's not.
You'd like them in all in on basketball.
No, all in on whatever other sport. Now, I will say Chandler and Sawyer don't love it anymore. Hunter loves it. Tyler is obsessed with it. So there might be like we keep Hunter and Tyler in it for a little bit while they play other sports and see if they grow out of it too. But I told Chandler and Sawyer, you have to finish out this season because you joined the team. You can't stop now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk about it and we'll kind of figure it out from there. But 2 weeks ago, you would have thought their life ended if I took gymnastics away from them. But, after this last competition, I think they're both like, the 2 older ones are like, nah.
I don't know how you keep. I mean, the good thing about it is if the 4 of them are all going to the same place, it's pretty easy. But once one of them's going to soccer, one's going to basketball, you're going to have an army of people helping you. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
I might have to move out there.
Yeah, great.
Just
great.
to
Let's
shuttle
go.
yeah.
Well, we don't know where out there is going to be, but wherever we might
be. Yes. Figure this out. Let me just figure this out for everybody.
Yeah, figure it out. Go for it.
Thank you.
Are you going to take some time? Because that's are you just going to?
I'm happy. I'm happy wherever you're happy.
No, same.
Yeah.
And we'll be you know what? Again, we'll figure it out. It'll all get figured out. But speaking of that, obviously, big media week, for TMA, big media week. Which, here's what I feel like we can't just not address it. I mean, I guess we could, but I've always been someone who is very protective of the people I love, and I will continue to do that. It is one of the things I love about myself. It's one of the things my husband loves about me, and so that will continue to happen. I will stand up for those that are closest to me, and I'm very loyal into that matter. So there you go. That's my response to everything. But it was the text thread that we had going was pretty good after what got released. So, it was fun.
Yeah. It seems like there's always a very easy way for maybe it's the media or maybe whomever to create a storyline. And the storyline that I was digesting from the dozens of people who love to send me articles where you are mentioned for something, the storyline seemed to be that that Kelly shouldn't defend her husband, that Kelly should just stay home and bake cookies and be happy no matter what's happening. Mm-hmm. And listen, I'm a big fan of people who are passionate and who speak their mind and who do it in a respectful, kind way. And there's no harm in that.
I love
So
you. Thank
plus
you.
it helped with the downloads. So what do you got?
So thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, New York Post.
No, it's fine.
You know, when you just feel off, I mean, like you don't know what's going on, but you don't feel yourself. Like everything is just feeling weird. I've come to realize that I thought I was aging, and it's not just that, it's hormones. And our hormones as women are so complex that if anything goes off balance, the whole body suffers. And this is why I love Hormone Harmony from Happy Mammoth. I've been taking it now for about a month. It is a herbal formula that fine-tunes the hormonal system like a musician tunes a guitar. So it doesn't just help with estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. It also helps with stress hormones like cortisol. I mean, it really has helped just feel like it's leveled me out a little bit. The hot flashes, the night sweats, the low moods, the racing thoughts, poor sleep, the occasional bloating, and honestly, the lack of energy has been tough, but ever since I've gotten my hormones together, it has been so much better. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code Kelly at checkout. Again, that's code Kelly at checkout for 15% off at happymammoth.com.
Okay, so we also right after Vegas went to Yellowstone, which we love. We finally bit the bullet there and now have a place there, and it's fantastic. We've been there a bunch already this season. But I will say it like, who's that?
It's in the hallway. I think it's, people working for the hotel. Pretty soon you're going to hear like some Ricky Martin or some Selena music pretty loud from the pool.
Wait, is that the type of music they're playing there?
During the day and during the night, it's usually like a really killer, great 80s like playlist that just gets me going. So
you going.
Gets me there.
What is that? Raises the flag at the pole, baby. Is that what it is?
Will you please get to this Yellowstone thing? Because you've been teasing me and taunting me that there were people there that would have had my head on a swivel, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Although I'm going to tease and taunt our audience because I'm not going to.
You're not going to say one name?
No, I'm not.
Oh my God.
You can look it up. You can look up who's members there. You can literally type it in if anyone is interested. But President's Weekend is a huge weekend there. I'm talking everybody who is a member is there. And we didn't know. I mean, we knew it was going to be big, but we didn't know how big. Honestly, the reason we went is because they had glow-in-the-dark tubing. And I was like, Matthew, we should take the girls to YC right after Vegas because they have glow-in-the-dark tubing. And he was like,
so you weren't like, we need to go there. This is the weekend Jennifer Aniston goes. You're like, I need to be there because the tubes glow at night.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. Listen, we have 4 kids. Like the amount of just like, hey, I don't know, socializing is limited because of the fact that we have 4 children. So,
I'm just letting you know that if I was there with you and
oh my God, you would have died. But
I've proven this in the past. Why? There wasn't anybody in like my top 3 that was there, right?
No, not that I saw.
I don't think I've embarrassed you. I've always been very like, except who was it that I told the woman not to go to Erewhon? Viola Davis.
Oh yeah, that might have been your moment right there.
But I didn't know it was Viola Davis in that moment. But I mean,
who cares?
Right. And I honestly think that they probably enjoy a moment of levity, but I'm not going to ever be like, can I have your autograph or a picture? What do you do with an autograph anyway? Once you have one,
nothing.
You just stare at it.
You could never embarrass me or Matthew. I embarrass us enough. Like you could never embarrass us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're good.
I would not be running up to people.
No.
Or sneaking pictures.
I will say Yellowstone, it's highly frowned upon. Like you're not supposed to ask anybody. And to be honest, they do a really good job there. No one really bothers anybody unless, they want to be, whatever, you want to be talked to or whatnot. So it was, you turned and looked, and everywhere you looked, it was fun. I mean, it was really cool to see also people just being normal with their families and everyone kind of surviving the ski with little kids, which if you have been skiing with little ones, it's a lot. So
do you follow the unwritten Los Angeles rule?
What's the unwritten Los Angeles rule?
That if you're a public person and you encounter another public person, that you both just kind of like assume a natural camaraderie and friendship because you're both public people?
My husband, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like he, I
Because like
mean,
people will
it's
go up to him and like dap him up, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you're Kevin Costner." I'm not saying it was Kevin Costner.
that would
I'm
be awesome though.
Well, he was at the SNL 50 thing, so I know he was.
We have to talk about that. Okay, screw Yellowstone. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me, because I haven't seen it yet. Matthew and I were going to sit down and watch it tonight together because we haven't had the time. But okay, so you told me that Blake and Ryan were there.
Yes, and if you go on the X, formerly known as the Twitter, there's a lot of debate about whether Blake and Ryan should have even been there.
Oh, interesting.
And
Why?
there's also video of Kevin Costner, like 2 rows behind them, like kind of looks like he's giving him the stink eye. Because there's this thought that there's half people think that they should be blackballed and what's it called? Canceled. And there's the other half who are like, oh, he's hosted before, she's hosted, they have a right to be here. But whatever publicists put their appearance together, I don't think it was a bad thing. I mean, I think it was like smart to kind of like, indirectly address it. They Tina Fey and Amy Poehler like said like, oh, Ryan Reynolds is here. And then he stood up and they're like, so how you doing, Ryan? And he's like, what have you heard? Like in kind of like laughter, it's just kind of like, it's just like you kind of take whatever. But then, boy, man, just social media just is just rough out there. So
yeah,
she looked beautiful. She looked phenomenal.
She never doesn't look beautiful.
Yeah, she didn't say anything. The show itself was just like spectacular. Matthew
Really
loved the show. It was incredible.
That's I think that's like one of Matthew's dreams is to go host SNL.
Wow. I mean,
like he wants to. I think he'd be really good at it. He's
yeah,
like,
he's funny.
He reminds me of is Peyton a little bit. He's a little dry and really smart.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Quick.
that's one of Matthew's dreams. So yeah.
Yeah.
What is that noise? What do you got going on there?
Something is moving something. I mean, I'm at a resort, so I don't know. Things are going
There's
on.
furniture being moved.
Cher looked incredible. Sabrina Carpenter sang with Paul Simon. And he said, do you know who Sabrina Carpenter is?
That's the espresso girl, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We're all wondering. Okay. We're all waiting for Kira. Like, is that right?
No, I knew it was right, but she's saying something with Paul Simon. I think it was Paul Simon, and he was like, this song I first sang here on the SNL stage in 1978. And she goes, oh, I wasn't alive. And then he like kind of giggled, and she goes, neither were my parents. It was pretty funny. But they had like every single cast member who was alive.
Wait, her parents had to have been alive. That math doesn't add up.
No, it could add up. I was born in 1974. She could be like 20 something.
Yeah, Sabrina's only 25 or 26.
Yeah, her parents could have had her at like 20.
22, 21.
Yeah.
And I guess that's, whoa.
Yeah, I'm old
Holy hell.
Yeah.
No, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That makes me feel old. I am old.
And all these people who I'm obsessed with that are like at the top of my playlist right now, like Benson Boone and Chappell Roan, they're all like in their early 20s. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a dinosaur.
Bad. You know who I did? I saw like a little clip and I stopped watching because again, Matthew and I agreed that we were going to watch it tonight. But I saw a little clip of Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know it probably wasn't everybody's favorite. I don't know, but I'm so excited to see that.
Yeah,
I love Little Weezy. He's my favorite.
Love him, and I just I haven't watched the whole show, but it's I mean, that's very rare that you get that entire like.
Yeah.
I love their political shit too. I think it's so fun. So
I mean, at least we are poking fun at people. I mean, I need that. I can't. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. It's ridiculous. Like, you can't laugh at yourself. You are taking life way too fucking seriously.
Totally.
Like, come on.
It's raining here in LA, and when it's raining, my hair goes a little crazy. I got some curly hair, which you guys probably didn't know that. But it gets all frizzy and tangly when it's moist outside. But honestly, I used to miss this because I didn't have enough hair for it to get tangled up in the weather. And now I do. And it is because of Nutrafol. I mean, again, everyone thinks I have extensions or things in there to make my hair look thicker. I don't. It is all mine. And I really credit it to Nutrafol. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. They see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Morning After. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code Morning After. Nutrafol.com, promo code Morning After.
Speaking of taking things seriously, this.
Oh wait, the people here.
Rim's
I'm sorry. Could you come back, please? Could you come back, please? Oh God, Jesus! Just
He was like, "I'm doing a podcast." They're like, "Oh, that's really good."
hi. That's what
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure the cleaning cart doesn't have Diet Coke on it, Hank. Like what?
His flip flops.
It does have Diet Coke. Did you just get a Diet Coke?
Yeah. Well, so
Wait, they have Diet Coke on the cleaning cart?
No, this is a separate cart. So I'm at an all-inclusive, which means I've gained 432 pounds within
that's
3
fun.
days. It
That's
is
fun.
unbelievable. And they just come by the room like every couple hours and they're like, do you want a dessert? Do you want a drink? I asked for splashes yesterday and
Wait, I'm really jealous about this.
and they just showed up with this. And I'm like, no, I just wanted like a glass.
Okay, we're going to pause for a second. What type of vodka is that?
I don't know. I'm scared to drink it. It's called, and it might be great. I don't know. I don't know it.
I don't think there's a big difference in vodkas. I say that. Now, I had a shot of Deep Eddy vodka, which I hadn't had in a long time. You know, I could kind of taste the difference.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I feel like vodkas all taste the same.
Yeah.
There's no like upscale. There's no like getting better with vodka. I feel like it all tastes the same.
Well, and
so
we
I
have
think you'll be
this
okay.
thing that this little thing takes us to this other little place where in that room, they have like different drinks.
Oh,
So
interesting. This
I
sounds
tried to I worked out yesterday.
Good for you.
And we walked like 3 miles down the beach and ended up in this little town and went to this like local little like hut where they had like beers and guac. And I'm telling you, it was like
Ooh, that sounds
unbelievable.
great.
It was great.
I have a question though. You walked 3 miles down on a beach. Are your calves screaming at you right now?
It was like 3 miles round trip. So it was fun.
Still in the sand?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's real
It was
crazy.
great.
Okay. We have to get into this because real quick, this is terrifying and a little I feel like mind-blowing for everybody. I took 3 flights this weekend. And every single one of them was delayed. I was delayed 5 hours getting to Vegas, delayed, 2 hours getting out of Vegas, and then another hour coming home. And I'm sitting there going, man, what's going on? And then you look up what's going on and all these planes having situations, like obviously the most recent in Toronto. Did you end up watching the video of that? The video I think just got released this morning.
It's unbelievable. And this is what I'm
happened?
suggesting we as a populace bring back. And I'm going to be the first to do it when I'm making my way back from Mexico to Detroit. When the bird hits the ground, I'm
Clapping.
bringing back clapping for a safe landing. I am bringing it back.
I think that is appropriate.
Yes.
I mean, I really do. Like you watch that video, like what happened? I mean, I know it like hit hard on the right, but regardless, there's all these planes ending up in horrible situations. And I understand that there's the FFAs at the flight, whatever. Like what is happening? FFA. It's another reason Matthew married me and loves me is because I'm really, really good at English.
And
so
just in your conversation with President Trump. So can I talk to you about the FFA? So, I really don't know what's going on. It's obviously very scary and concerning because we went so many years without. Oops! I turned off the Jiminy Christmas trees. I turned off Do Not Disturb, and then I disturbed, and then it happened again.
Kiara's so pissed.
I bet. Oh God! It happened again.
Just turn off the sound, at least.
Is that your phone or your computer?
I don't even know. Where am I?
You know what? You're on vacation. You shouldn't know. You shouldn't know where you are. You shouldn't. You're good.
I'm okay with flying. I just booked another flight because I think like the chances are still like,
No,
pretty
they
low,
are.
but
But it's just.
it's very scary because we went for such a long period for so many years without any incidents at all.
So
And you
many
look at the
years.
video of Toronto, which I know that was a snow-covered, icy runway. Still don't have the ins and outs of exactly what happened. I'm sure by the time this drops, we'll know more.
Yeah.
But it looked like the rear landing gear may have something, and then the plane literally bursts into flames, rolls, yet everyone got out.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
I know. Well, thank God for that, right? We're so grateful that everyone got out alive. And, but I will say, like, watching that video, I mean, it just looked like they landed a little hard on the right, and the right wheel gave out, and then it rolled on the right wing, and then it burst in the flames. Like, it seems like it is not that difficult to happen when you watch it like that. You're going, oh my God. Like, it just looked like it wasn't like it was coming in out of control.
Do you have any routines that you do or like superstitious things that you do? Like some people, when they walk onto a plane, if you'll notice, they like tap it, like when they're walking onto it. Or do you like, I went through a phase where I would always do the sign of the cross when I landed. And then I kind of like was like, well, why don't I do that every time I drive to Target? It's worse driving down the street than it is to the store.
I mean, it's true. I say a prayer every flight. I just bow my head real quick. And
wow.
And I do, like, my prayer is usually like, if this is my time, okay. But like when my kids are on board, I'm usually like, please, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also with crazy things happening, California is getting thrown through the ringer in 2025. I think everywhere is, though, because y'all are having some crazy weather too, right?
We have not had a winter like this that I remember where it's been a combination of, we probably have about 8 inches on the ground right now, which, as you know, is not like typical Detroit. And it's very, very, very cold. And LA, I just sent you that picture yesterday where there was so much rain that like there was a sinkhole at the Grove.
Yeah.
No,
I know. And I had friends because, I play tennis in Malibu. I have all those friends down there that got evacuated for the mudslides. So they got evacuated for the fires and then got evacuated for the mudslides. I mean,
what is the quiet weather season in California? Is there a quiet weather season? You know how like in Florida, it's like hurricane season kind of like ends in November and then you're good. Is there a quiet season or does it go from fires to mudslides to hurricanes to we don't know when the earthquake comes?
I'm looking at Kiera going,
Yeah, I mean, there isn't ever usually a mudslide season, I would say. Fire season is somewhere between like August and January. I felt like the fires this year were really late.
Yeah. I mean, someone's seriously moving some furniture up there. Are they rearranging the whole place?
I don't know. And then like earthquakes, they can just come whenever.
Yeah. So they had an earthquake. Malibu had an earthquake of 3.9.
Yeah.
That was probably, jeez.
Did you feel it?
No. I thought you meant the moving of the furniture. I was like, no, I'm not in the same place as you.
The earthquake.
I was not here. I was in Vegas, I think, at the time. So, but no, they had an earthquake. And I the only reason I knew that is because the text group that I'm in, everyone was texting in the middle of the night, like, is everyone okay? Things like that. So, gosh, it has been a crazy couple months in California. And I feel like everywhere with weather, like, I just feel like it's, I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, they don't have mudslides and earthquakes and wildfires like in a state like, for example, like in New York. They don't have those there.
No, they don't. New York really doesn't have anything, do they?
They have snow. They have cold.
They have hurricanes?
Yeah, hurricane. What was that big one that hit? It destroyed like Long Island, and the one that really hurt like Jersey really hit like New York too.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Forgetting the name of that one.
I didn't know that.
Y'all, after reading about this, I immediately started taking the Fatty 15. Turns out that there has been a breakthrough in science, and it's to support our long-term health and wellness. And it's about C15. It's the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years. And get this, studies have confirmed that it's 3 times better, broader, and safer than omega-3s. It's pretty simple. Essential nutrients keep our cells healthy, which keeps us healthy. It ends up, many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells that make less energy and quit working earlier than they should. All of that makes us age faster. And who wants that? Nobody. So it is very easy to take. It is one little pill, patented and pure and oxidation resistant C15 powder derived from plants. It's vegan friendly, free of flavors, fillers, allergens, and preservatives. And C15 is the only ingredient in Fatty 15. It's 100% pure. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 cells and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/morning and using that code morning at checkout. Again, that's fatty15.com/morning and using the code morning at checkout.
All right, tell me real quick, what's going to be your drink of choice today?
Splashes. I've been splashing the entire time.
Do you ever get sick of splashes?
No.
No. So that is
I enjoy a splash, although I've leaned into, just because it's here, I've been leaning into champagne.
God, champagne gets me very drunk.
Yes.
It goes straight to my head.
But I will say, I've had yesterday, if I thought about it, I had a Kelly and Matthew vacation day.
What does that mean?
It meant I woke up fairly early. I had a really great workout. I went and found a local place to eat that was a little shack type of a joint. And I was in bed by 9 o'clock.
Oh, it's the best.
And I enjoyed every minute of it.
It's the best vacation setting.
Yes.
There's nothing better than, the work. Yes, I love working out. And that obviously makes us happy when we do that. But the going to bed early, drinking during the day and going to bed early, it's fire. There's nothing better than that.
Yes. And then just finding a little place off the beaten path. This place is lovely and it's gorgeous, but I don't need to, I can just go over to, whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's great.
Okay,
I loved it.
All right. Well, coming up, what's the next holiday? I don't know. We just passed Valentine's Day. Not my favorite holiday. Also, the cards suck. We need to work on that. You know what? I also looked for Matthew's birthday for cards. And I'm like, these cards suck. They suck. I don't know who's writing cards right now, but y'all need to offend people. I'm going to say it one more time. Get offensive. I'm done with the polite cards. I'm so done. It's so boring. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, I could go about I could talk about that all day. This weekend we're home, which will be nice. I feel like we've been kind of going, which has been nice to take our minds off of what is happening. So it's this weekend we'll be home, which will also be nice. Maybe rearranging furniture because just the sound coming from here, it makes me want to do feng shui. I'm like, maybe I'll move all my shit.
What is happening? Yeah, we're doing that too.
It's either that or they're having a wild time up there.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
What is it? A midday sesh over there?
It's noon Mexico
it's
time. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Maybe they're just waking up. Maybe they went out at night and they're just waking up. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a lot of weddings down here. There's a lot of late night partying and I can hear it. And last night when I was in bed, I was like, y'all have a good time. I'm okay.
Was Judge next to you in bed?
Yes.
We all, okay. I didn't know if he stayed out and you went.
No. Mm-mm.
This is, okay, I have a question. And this is something we actually asked our friends. We'll end on this because I think it's a very interesting question. Do you and Judge, when y'all are y'all basically stay together every night, right?
Huh?
Y'all are basically living together now, right?
I mean, we're together every day, yeah.
Okay, so when you guys go to bed, do you go to bed at the same time? Do you try and get in bed at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. None of our friends do that.
Really?
Matthew and I do it. We get in bed every night at the same time.
Now, one of us might, I might stay up reading emails or he may stay up doing, stuff on the laptop or something like that. But we're usually
in bed. Yeah. I'll take laundry into bed and fold it. So we're in bed at the same time. I don't know. I feel like I miss out on time if we don't go to bed at the same time.
The only reason I just gave you a funny look is because my only dream in life is that if I had enough money, the one chore I would never do again is fold laundry.
Okay, well,
Like,
I
and
get
here
it.
you are folding laundry. Like I would never fold laundry. I hate it. Do you know why? It's those little feet with those little socks. I can't keep them together. There's one sock and then there's not, and then I lose them, and then I
Do
don't
you
know
have
how
a
to
bin?
fold. I
Do you
don't know
have
how
a
to
bin
fold
of
clothes.
socks? You don't know how to fold clothes.
But I
You-
do, but not like little people clothes. Like I'm
you-
not good with her clothes.
You and my kids have this in common, which we will talk about next week because Matthew and I came to a big realization this week about our children, and we're going to have to get into that next week because it was actually on the list today, but we don't have time talking about it. But yes, I will fold clothes in bed so I can get in bed at the same time as him. I think for us, it's important. We don't get a lot of time together during the day, especially during the season, that we are always, but even during the off season, we're getting in bed at the same time, unless he's at like dinner or I'm at dinner or whatever. But like 99% of the time, we are climbing into that bed at the same time.
And you
In our-
both like to go to bed early, which is nice.
Yes, into our sleep number bed where we can sleep, so well,
It's unbelievable. This damn sleep number thing. It's just
Gotta try it, guys.
wow.
Head to your sleep number store today.
God.
I don't even think they're paying you anymore.
No, they're not. Well, it's just true. It's true. It's a great bed. We sleep tight. And you know what? Our sleep IQs are through the roof when we get in bed
Wow.
together.
Do you think if I just start saying things like I like Range Rovers, I like Rolexes, that they'll just kind of like fall into my lap?
Doesn't hurt to try, Hank.
Yeah, whatever.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Okay.
Those Range Rovers are really comfy for, especially very safe in Michigan winters. Like, they're great. Those are great cars. They never break. They're beautiful looking. Matthew owns one. What else? All right. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have an extra Rolex or Range Rover, Hank will take it.
Send it my way.
But until then, I hope you have a great time in Mexico, Hank. And we will see you guys next week. Have a splash.
Make a splash.